for him.
Many Oklahomans are not happy with the recent health care reform bill that allows the government to fine you for not having health care insurance. But as a ballot initiative you'll vote on next month, the answer. Some say it won't even make a difference. Our Oklahoma Impact Team investigates. Here's Alex Cameron.
State Question 756 is the so-called opt-out of Obamacare initiative. But can Oklahomans decide not to participate in a federal program that's required by law? Some legal experts, even the governor, say no, arguing the only thing the amendment will do is cost you, the taxpayer. Here's Oklahoma Impact's Amy Lester.
I just try to do what I think is best for the people of the state of Oklahoma.
That's what Governor Brad Henry says he's been doing all along when he vetoed bills last session that had to do with opting out of the federal health care law.
No state can selectively enforce or opt out of various federal laws, including Oklahoma.
When the legislature couldn't get enough votes to override Henry's veto, they passed this Senate joint resolution, putting the issue to a vote of the people in November.
The legislature, I think, was trying to make a political point.
Senate author Dan Newberry says that's not so.
The point is to protect the rights of the citizens of Oklahoma, your right to choose what's best for you.
State Question 756 would amend the state constitution to say a law cannot force any person, employer, or health care provider to participate in any health care system. It also will say Oklahomans shall not be required to pay penalties or fines for paying directly for lawful health care services.
I believe this is a clear-cut case where the government's overstepping its bounds, saying that you will do this. And I believe it's a clear-cut case that the states have the right to say, we don't want to do that.
But constitutional law experts say Oklahoma cannot pick and choose which federal laws to follow. And if State Question 756 passes, it will not allow Oklahomans to opt out of the federal health care law.
The Vegas odds are not very good that Oklahomans could successfully challenge the health care law.
OU law professor Joseph Ty says the supremacy clause in the U.S. Constitution makes federal law supreme, meaning states must follow it. Plus, he insists there are 200 years' worth of Supreme Court decisions that back Congress up, allowing this kind of regulation.
It's pretty clear from the law that's on the books right now that this health care law falls squarely within Congress's power to legislate.
To make sure voters understand this, the Attorney General added a paragraph to the ballot question. It says that the measure will not affect or negate all federal laws or rules, and that under the U.S. Constitution, the Supremacy Clause makes federal law the supreme law of the land. Essentially, that this ballot measure will not allow Oklahoma to ignore federal law.
You see that most likely if we do pass it, then the federal government would then come and challenge us?
Eventually they will, yes.
Ty expects the feds will take the state to court for not following the health care law, something Governor Henry has warned about all along.
We can pass the state question. It's going to cost us untold tax dollars in litigation costs, and ultimately I believe we'll lose.
But Senator Newberry believes the state could win, and the next Attorney General could use the opt-out provision in the state's constitution as the basis for a states' rights lawsuit against the feds. He says several lawyers have offered to defend the state for free, so he's not worried about the cost.
I don't think that there's a cost out there that we need to be scared of in protecting our civil liberties and rights as a state.
Amy Lester, the Oklahoma Impact Team.
Now, just because there is a free lawyer out there, that doesn't mean the Attorney General would use that person. And an AG spokesperson tells us in a lawsuit, the state could face thousands of dollars in court costs. For Oklahoma Impact, I'm Alex Cameron.
And we want to know, what do you think about State Question 756? You can leave your comments and also vote in our poll on news9.com/Oklahoma.